In today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about Amazon and also how you can use the daily setup decisions along with the intraday ones, but you can use the daily chart stuff for day trades. Okay, so we did end up having a, well, actually, let me just show you what timing gave us a heads up. We had timing for a possible high the 12th, 13th, and the actual high was made on the 13th. And so far we've had a decline of $379. But we're now finally at a decision point, and here's how you would use it for a day trade. Okay, so this is one of the setups that we looked at today. Oh, actually, before I show you the trigger, let me show you how the 30-minute chart looked at the same time. So 30-minute chart was testing a symmetry projection. And let's see, we also had some extensions of some of these prior swings, and that gave us, again, a similar price cluster decision. And also one of the price relationships was 100% of this first decline, which was 125.17, projected from here, gave us the 29.1878 area. 29.1823 was the actual low, close enough. Okay, so once a zone is tested and it doesn't go below it, what do? You go down to the lower time frame charts to look for a possible entry. Now, I'm not convinced that this is going to be a major low because we haven't had the crossover back to the upside with the 834 on this 30-minute chart, but you know it's worth looking at for a day trade. So the zone was tested and held. Actually, let's make this bigger. All right, so here's where it tested and held. And then this was the initial upside trigger. Okay, so here's the crossover. Even though it didn't last very long, it did cross over, and it did in the process take out a prior swing high. So at that point, your definition of risk is either underneath this low or underneath the low end of the zone, whichever one you choose to use. And then there was another trigger a little bit later. And bottom line, we did have a nice healthy rally. So could you scalp off of this when something rallies $113 from the low in one day? You should be able to take something out in the middle. Okay, and beyond that, we'll see. I'm not sure what it's going to look like tomorrow, but I just wanted to give you an idea of how to use the work for a day trade decision, especially when the market's getting a little bit strange.